From the NZ Drummer Podcast and AndrewRooneyDrums.com, it's the Student's Guide to Drum Lessons. Here are your hosts, Chris Dawson and me, Andrew Rooney. Biggest things we've learned as teachers. Go.
Wow. It's just so intense. Okay, I think one of the biggest things for me is that I always, when I first started at least, that I thought that all students were going to be like me.
Yep.
So as we've talked in the past, I am very full on with what I want to do. And so I figured that every student was going to be like me.
Yeah.
They should be like me. I will give them this piece of information. They'll go away, they'll practice it, and it will be amazing. And then we'll go through so much in such a small period of time.
Yeah.
You know, and that wasn't true.
No.
So yeah, I learned that quite quickly. And though you still do get those students every now and then, right?
Yeah.
And so as a teacher, that was the other thing you sort of learn is that you don't get those ones that often.
That's right.
You're not going to get the golden students. So it's the dream student, you know.
Yeah. Where you don't really have to do a lot of work.
That's right. You have the information, you give it to them, and they go, "Wow, I really like this.
I'm going to practice all
I'm going
week."
to practice this." Yeah, and you go, "Say what again?" But did you say what?
Hey, I don't think you understand this right.
No. You're not meant to. I meant to give you this work, and you're not meant to do anything and come back next week and say, you know, I didn't have enough time to practice.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I still remember my first lesson I gave. I made a lesson plan.
Right.
I thought, that's been very organised.
Yes.
We're going to do 10 minutes of rudiments. We're going to do 10 minutes of learning a beat, and then we're going to spend 10 minutes playing that beat along with Billie Jean.
Yep.
And he's going to be so happy.
He's going to be amazing.
And the parent's just going to be blown away.
Yep.
And you know what? After 30 minutes, the student still couldn't hold the sticks.
Yeah.
So I actually don't think you can make a lesson plan. I've actually come full circle on that.
I completely agree with you. I think I've talked about I wrote all these books.
Yeah.
And I figured that these books, I'll put everything in there and they'll be great. And they'll be short lessons, like 10-minute lessons. And the person would go away and they'd learn this stuff and they'd become this great drummer at the end of it. Everyone is just so different with how much time they're willing to actually put some effort into it, whether they're physically be able to do something. You know, sometimes it just takes longer to do something, for some people.
Yeah.
Other people sort of pick things up a little bit, a bit quicker. But, everyone will get there. It's just, you as a teacher, you've got to understand that everyone is just so different. And you can't just go, here, my lesson plan.
No.
And this is going to work for every student.
No.
It just doesn't work because that student is not into rock. That person is not into whatever it is, And as a teacher, you're trying to find the thing that makes them interested in what it is they're doing,
Coming back to sort of the whole holistic idea of this series of episodes on the podcast, this is kind of what makes a good teacher, isn't it? You've got to have a million angles to explain the same concept.
That's right.
You have to learn how to play basic beats and all that.
Yep.
But for some people, maybe they have a background in classical piano.
Right.
So notation might be their way of getting into that and understanding how the rhythm lines up, and it might instantly make total sense to them.
That's right.
You might have someone who does not vibe with written notation at all.
Yeah.
And as soon as you bring it up, they go,
Exactly.
And if that's happening, you're going to have to do something else.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't make a student read who doesn't want to.
That's right.
I'm absolutely totally fine with just chucking on some music and we just play.
That's right.
And if that's not happening, we might even put some music on and clap on the 2 and the 4.
Yep.
Do that for a song.
Yeah.
And then maybe have another pass. Then we do the bass drums.
That's right.
See if we can put those together. You just don't know.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't really see how you can have a one-size-fits-all approach to teaching drums.
Yeah. I think, that's actually with all subjects, to be honest,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why a lot of the school system, I guess, perhaps isn't working as well as it should be, being that, they do have, I'm going to teach you this, but they don't have enough time to spend with each individual student.
No.
And obviously people slip through the cracks and stuff like that.
That's right.
But with us, it's usually one-on-one. And so it's a lot easier to sort of figure out those sort of things, and I think one of my other things that I realize is that it's not everyone's going to become a drummer.
No.
And not all of your students are going to become drummers.
That's right.
And it doesn't matter how hard you try, they're just not that interested. Maybe their parents have just told them to, they want them to learn an instrument, and so therefore they're coming to drum lessons, but they actually don't really want to learn drums.
See, that used to really hurt me.
Oh, that's what I was saying. It was a real massive slap in the face. I used to get very upset with the fact that I couldn't teach this person, and because my approach is that, well, I should be able to teach anyone, and I still think that anyone can learn to play.
I think so.
And they could also get really, really good if they wanted to. But it's all, again, with what I just said, if they want to.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to, then it's not going to work.
If drums is like on Tuesday I go to soccer practice.
Yeah.
Wednesday night I do drums.
That's right.
And that is literally it.
That
might actually be really good for that person.
That's right. Exactly.
Well, I've got lots of adult students who, they have high pressure jobs.
Sure.
And drums is just a bit of stress relief.
Sure.
With a lot of experience, I embrace that now.
Yeah.
And encourage it.
Yeah.
And if you keep going with your drums because of that, it's great.
That's right.
That's fine. I get a lot of, especially, again, adult students, and they say, look, I don't want to be in a band.
Yeah.
Remembering that if you want to get to a certain level, you're going to have to be in a band.
That's right.
So then you're going to have to change everything.
Yeah.
And everything now is about fun. And who is your favourite band? Is it Led Zeppelin? Let's learn a bunch of Led Zeppelin songs.
That's right.
And that person might think that's just the best thing in the world.
That's right. Yeah. I've definitely had a couple of adult students just like that. And both of them were actually lawyers, and they both bought electronic drum kits because they were living in apartments in the city, and they had no thought of getting into a band. They didn't really want to be in a band. They just thought, I'd really like to play drums, and I'd want to give this a crack. And so I couldn't. I'm not going to go down the big reading route with them. I'm not going to show them all this stuff because they're not interested in that. They're not going to do that. But I just try to you try to go in the direction that you're going to to give the most to the student.
You sort of mentioned before, the flip side of that is every now and then I'll get a bit of a gun student who says, look, I really want to do drums. I want to go to uni and study, and I just want to be a drummer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to train that person quite differently.
Yeah.
And be probably a lot harder, really. And really hold them accountable.
That's right.
Because I don't want to send them into a university program unprepared.
That's right.
Or give them a false sense of security about what the industry's like. There's just no one size fits all.
No, not at all. Yeah, so I guess that's a big learning curve when you go in as a teacher.
Yeah. Oh yeah, huge.
It's not what you think it's going to be at all.
Yeah. And look, honestly, sometimes young students, sometimes they're going through stuff, or adults as well.
Yeah.
They could be, you don't know. I'll get a young student who's, especially this time of year, they just started high school.
Yeah.
First day of high school, and then they come to you who they feel as a bit of a friend. You're not a normal teacher.
Yeah.
You're someone who, they can chat to, and, we play drums together.
Yeah.
And then you're just smashing them with a whole bunch of homework.
Yeah.
Who knows? In the long term, maybe it's better you sit there for half an hour and you listen to what their day was like at school.
Exactly, yeah.
Because then that, of course, builds up that rapport, and then they want to come back, and this is a good, safe place. I can talk here, and it's not a high-pressure, scary place,
Not at all, yeah. That's one of the things that I also learned was that I used to push quite hard, and I'd be, you need to practice this, and you need to do that, and all that sort of scenario. And I learned that that's probably not the best way to go with most students. You can only suggest, and you always say things like, you should.
Yeah.
But, but you don't say, if you don't, you're going to die.
I honestly think I'm actually probably quite a slow learner with a lot of things, and I only learn things from doing them.
Right.
I will always take myself back to, what was it like for me? I'm trying to teach this kid a Mozambique.
Right.
And he's not getting it.
No.
And we're 5 minutes in and he still can't play a Mozambique. Then you just go, okay, let's pump the brakes a little bit here.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew.
Do you remember when you learned the Mozambique? It took you a month. So it's really important to sort of think back, or reading,
Yeah, that's right.
This person's not getting eighth note rests.
Yeah.
Well, why would they?
Yeah.
It's hieroglyphics on a page.
That's right.
All the students will say, but if I don't play, why do they have something there? I just don't play.
Exactly. Yeah.
Over time, things start to make a bit more sense.
They certainly do.
Chris, it's been lovely.
It has indeed.
I am going to have to go and teach very quickly.
Well done.
So, man.
Cool.
Hit us up. if you want to get in touch.
That's right.
I'm at andrewrooneydrams.com and
I'm at chris.jazzdrummer@gmail.com.
Beautiful. And who knows, even if there's popular demand, we might be back.
That's right, indeed.
All right, man.
Okay.
Sweet.